their road woes. Womp, womp.
I could have got your road woes.
Yes.
That's always hard.
Hey. There they are. Let's pick this one up in the fourth quarter, though, Janae. The Warriors down 3 at this point.
Yeah, it was quite back and forth, but look at that beautiful split of the screen, and Draymond and one.
That's what he does,
scream.
He slips the screen and he attacks the rim.
Yep, in that moment, you're like, okay, the Warriors seem like they're playing hard down the stretch. Look at the handle.
Dance with me.
Dance with me. Oh, dun.
Steph Curry gets that one to go.
Sorry,
the Warriors take a slight lead here. Magic on the other end.
But you cannot leave this guy wide open. Jalen Suggs, how are you going to do that?
Jalen Suggs
Defensive communication is lacking, which we don't see often from the Golden State Warriors.
You guys know how I feel about Gonzaga. On the other end here, Steph Curry with the 3, gets it to go. This one got tight down the stretch, Sinead.
Yeah, back and forth. But at the end of the day, who was it? It was Suggs and the Magic. I think he had how many? 15 in the fourth quarter? What, Tween? Oh.
Hold that.
Lulled you to sleep a little bit. Follow through.
Drains the 3 there. So now, once again, ice in his veins. The Magic take the lead on this one. 31 seconds left here. The Warriors down by 4. Gets it into Klay Thompson. Gets the look. And gets it to fall. Warriors down by 1 at this point, thanks to sharpshooter Klay Thompson. Stephen Curry has an opportunity here. Tosses it over to Klay Thompson. Klay falling away. Can't quite get it to go. The Warriors lose by 1. Let's hear what Draymond and Steve Kerr had to say after the game.
I'll say this again. It's our defense. We have to correct our defense. It is definitely some of our young guys' fault. But it's also some of my fault, and some of Steph's fault, and some of Klay's fault. It's all of our fault. We're not defending at the level that it takes to win games.
Yeah, I told the guys, like, we have to save us because nobody else is coming. Every team can't wait to play us. Orlando was great tonight. Miami was great the other night. Charlotte, Detroit. I mean, we're the defending champs. We come in here, and they can't wait to play us. And if you're not defending and you're fouling, you're putting yourself in a dangerous spot.
Taking a long lens, let's dive a little bit more into the Warriors' struggles here. Last night was their first loss ever in a game in which Steph and Klay combined to make at least 15 threes. They'd been a perfect 9-0 before then, including the playoffs. And the Warriors are now 0-5 on the road this season for the first time since 2002. They became just the second defending champion in NBA history to lose their first 5 road games, joining the Philadelphia Warriors in 1956.
Wow.
And a big reason for their slow start has been the lack of bench production. Golden State's bench has a point differential of -64 this season. That's by far the worst mark in the league. So bringing back in everybody here. Vince, I'm going to start with you. What is going on in the Bay? What is up with the Warriors?
You said it all. I mean, defense, fouling puts you in situations where, well, let me just backpack. Teams right now are not afraid of the Golden State Warriors. I mean, they are the champions, and that X is on your back, but it just seems like when the Warriors usually come to town, there's some hesitancy and from young guys or whatever. You don't see that. You're seeing guys going at their stars, and it is exposing their defense right now.
But take me more into that fouling point that you made.
Yeah, are we going to pat myself on the back?
No.
Because I said this yesterday.
All right, we got you.
We got you. I said this yesterday. I said, look, this is a young, scrappy, trying to make a name for themselves Orlando Magic squad. From Paolo Banchero to Jalen Suggs, it's really great to see how intentional they are, and we knew that the defending champs walking into the building, they would get up for this. And Steve Kerr said it. Defending champs aren't defending. You guys know I love that. Okay, yeah, there we go. But the issue with the fouling, the Warriors lead the league in fouls. And sometimes that aggression works when you're playing your best brand of basketball, right? And this is like last year with their big championship run. That just ignites their defense and ignites their offense. But this year, with them being high in pace, but then also slowing things down and fouling, that's allowing everyone else to set up their offenses. They have the 5th worst defense in the NBA. That is not normal for the Warriors. They're also struggling really with their rotations, trying to figure out how those young players, Jonathan Kuminga, Jordan Poole, deserves minutes. How do you balance all of those things? Moses Moody, how do you balance all of those things, especially in a year where you need to take a little weight off of your stars, but your stars have to carry you too. So there are a lot of issues that we did not see coming, but fouling needs to stop.
I know we're only a handful of games into the season, but Zach, I mean, how concerned are you? What are you diagnosing here?
I'm mildly concerned, only mildly because their starting lineup is kicking butt. They're plus $1 million with Steph Curry on the floor. And as Steve Kerr said after the game, I think some rotation changes are coming. You even saw it last night. They started staggering some of the starters with the bench guys a little bit more instead of having a full 5-man bench mob. Steph, Clay, and Dre sitting together. That stuff is probably going to stop. But some of the highlights you showed in that package, a few of them were just straight line drives to the basket. Jordan Poole was the victim on a lot of them last night against Orlando, opening up his stance, giving people a red carpet to the basket. Part of that is miscommunication, thinking he's got help behind him when he doesn't. And when you foul a lot, and as Chide said, they're last in fouls, or I guess first in fouls, depending on how you look at it, you often do so because you're defending from a position of weakness. There's already been a breakdown somewhere else up top, and you're reaching, you're clawing to try to plug the hole, and then you get whistled for a foul. And that's what's happening with the Warriors a lot. Teams are blowing by them, compromising their defense, getting into the paint, and they're resorting to fouling. And so it'll be interesting to see if things stabilize when Steve Kerr changes their rotation, because if they don't, if their defense continues to be bottom 5, then we're going to have mild worry become, uh-oh, something might be going on here.
Right, and we're going to see if their bench players can keep everything afloat tonight, because they're going to be without Steph, without Clay, without Dre, without Andrew Wiggins, all out against the Pelicans due to rest. Still to come, though, on NBA Today, our Nick Friedel joins us to see where the Nets go from here following Kyrie Irving's apology. That is coming up. And we're going to get into a little bit more basketball, too. We're going to have a breakdown on the Bucks defense. It has been elite, and Giannis and company find themselves still undefeated. We will get into that, but let's be real. Offense is where it's at. So Vince Carter helps us break down the best dunks of the week. Guys, say it with me. We're going to the upper room, baby.
Who picked this song?
Kind of lit, right?
Classic.
Kind of crazy.